Hi! Before we begin today's episode, we have a pretty big announcement to make. Big, as in 2.6 billion ringgit big.
1MDB has sparked embezzlement and money laundering investigations across
one of the
at least
biggest
10
corruption
countries.
scandals the world has ever seen.
What may be the biggest financial scam in history.
A number of corrupt 1MDB officials treated this public trust as a personal bank account.
The Najib Razak 1MDB trial will begin soon. It's been said to be the biggest financial scandal the world has ever seen, and we'll be bringing you that on Podcast Daily. So watch this space. And now, on with the show.
It was Najib Razak, said the prosecution's final witness. Tensions still ran high between Rosli Husain and Najib's lawyer Harvey, in a series of rapid-fire questions aimed at the witness that attempted to paint Jho Low as the mastermind of the money transfers. Rosli stood his ground, firmly saying no. By the Malaysian Insight, this is The People versus Najib Razak. Follow us into the courtroom where it all happens. I'm Patrick Teo. Najib Razak arrived at the Kuala Lumpur High Court wearing a black pinstripe suit paired with a grey tie in the same pattern. While waiting for the lift at the court lobby, he smiled for the cameras while holding a copy of Utusan Malaysia. Utusan is a Malay-language newspaper which is linked to UMNO, the political party of which Najib was once president. Najib has been voicing his support for the ailing company on Facebook, calling for the public's help to keep the newspaper from shuttering. At 10 a.m., proceedings for the SRC trial commenced. MACC investigating officer Rosli was back on the stand with Harvinderjit or Harvey cross-examining him. On day 53, we heard about how the exchange between lawyer and witness got testy, as Rosli seemed irritated by Harvey's questions. Today, it seems that irritation hadn't worn off. Rosli, who wore his official dark blue uniform with gold buttons, tried as hard as possible to direct his answers to the judge. He politely addressed Judge Nazlan as Yang Arif, which means Your Honour. But as Harvey got under his skin, Rosli would occasionally snap back in response. Yvonne will tell us more about this part of the final witness's testimony.
Rosli told the court that in 2011, he investigated Najib's M-Bank account ending with 694. The account showed an inflow of 396 million ringgit from a Saudi prince, Prince Faisal Turki. Later, over 200 million ringgit was transferred into the account from the Saudi Ministry of Finance in Riyadh. At one point, Harvey asked Rosli if he knew the full name of Inspector Aida, the MACC investigating officer who looked into the 1MDB case. Rosli rudely retorted, "I don't know, she's not my wife." Rosli told the court that the BlackBerry phone that was seized from Joanna Yu was in his possession. Harvey began firing questions at the witness with regards to the messages extracted from the phone. Questions such as, do the chats show that Jho Low was laundering money? Did Jho Low take measures to hide information and transactions from Najib in his M-Bank accounts? Do the account statements show that Jho Low controlled SRC funds through Jerome Lee? Did Jho Low lie to the bank as to the source of money in the accounts? Were the transactions Najib is being charged for made by Jho Low? Was Najib lied to about money in his bank accounts? Rosli firmly said no to all. From the dock, Najib intently watched this exchange. After the rapid-fire round, court broke for lunch.
When proceedings resumed, Rosli told the court that he took Subo Muhammad Yassin's statement 6 times. That's the former SRC director who took the witness stand a few weeks ago and told us that he had left the country in 2015 when the 1MDB scandal broke, after being warned to flee. Rosli said that he first took Subo's statement in Abu Dhabi with Subo's lawyer present, which made him uncomfortable. According to Rosli, Jho Low was also having his statement taken in the next room with his lawyer. When Subo came back to Malaysia in 2018, Rosli instructed his officers to record his statement again. He said he didn't do it himself because he wanted to see if it would match the statement taken in Abu Dhabi in 2015. Harvey asked if Rosli and his officers had ever faced pressure to get Subo to change his witness statement. Rosli said no, this has never been the case. After a few more questions, the lawyer requested for court to be adjourned and assured Judge Nazlan that he will complete the cross-examination by tomorrow afternoon. The judge agreed on the condition that the prosecution's re-examination of the witness will also complete tomorrow. With that, the court adjourned for the day and will resume tomorrow morning at 9:30. This podcast is produced, written and mixed by Revati Supramaniam, Yapik Kwan, Yvonne Lim and Ravin Palanisamy. Additional reporting by Beat Hong and Timothy Acharyam. I'm Patrick Teo.